Hello dear students, I am Professor Jinesh Shah, again presenting one more video of marketing management. There is a fundamentals of marketing management, unit 4, chapter 1, marketing research. Through this video, the following matters will be cleared or concluded in this video. Market research and marketing research means comparison of objectives of marketing research, scope of marketing research, stages or procedure of marketing research, importance or advantages of marketing research, and limitations of marketing research. Let us go with the first. Market research and marketing research. In general, research means to find out something, to create something, to generate something. In general, research means to identify, to find out, to generate. According to the American sociologist L. Robert Beebe, research is a systematic inquiry to describe, explain, predict, and control the observed phenomenon. So, here description will be there, explanation will be there, prediction will be there, and control will be there. Market research means it is the process of determining the viability of a new service or product through research conducted directly with potential customers. So it is again market research is process. Marketing research, so according to Philip Kotler, it is systematic problem analysis. So whatsoever problem has been derived as far as industry or organization is concerned, marketing research is a systematic problem analysis, model building, and fact finding for the purpose of improved decision making and control in the marketing of goods and services. So, what can be derived as far as the different definitions are concerned? The marketing research is a target based activity, first of all. In the marketing research, the analysis and findings will be depending upon the collection of the data, definitely. The decisions in the organization will be based on the collected informations which the organization has collected, means whatsoever different methodology has been utilized for making the marketing research. After that, whatsoever data have been collected, by using such data, the conclusion will be identified on that basis. On that data, collected databases, the decision and conclusion will be identified. All the informations which have been collected by the organization during the time of research will be having enough amount of importance, means whatever data has been collected, each and every data is having its own individual importance, and it must be maintained in such a manner. All the research activity will be surrounding the marketing mix concepts, likewise product, price, place, promotion, and the reference link is already been provided how to identify, or in which video the marketing mix concept has been provided. The below link is the reference link for the same. Let us go with the difference between market research and marketing research. Market research is a study undertaken to collect information, whereas marketing research is the systematic and objective study, analysis, and interpretation of problem related to marketing activities. Market research is a branch of marketing research, whereas marketing research is a branch of marketing information system. The scope of market research is limited, whereas the scope of marketing research, it is very wide. The nature of market research is specific, whereas the nature of marketing research, it is generic. Research of marketplace and the buyer's behavior within that market will be involving parties as far as market research is concerned, whereas research of all the aspects of marketing will be concerned as far as marketing research is concerned. Market research is dependent, whereas marketing research, it is totally independent. If we talk about the purpose, to check the viability of the product in the target market, it is the prime facie object or purpose of the market research, whereas to make effective decision regarding marketing activities and all that things will be the prime facie purpose of marketing research. Let us go with the next title, objectives of marketing research. discover the new markets. Means each and every business has to try the to capture the new and new market. Then and only then it will be possible for the company or the organization so that to capture more and more customers and consumers for that company. So they have to open the eyes for different capturations of market. They have to be very much conscious for this manner. Second, to hold the greater market share. So if whatsoever company is there, if such company is holding major shares, then they it can be said that it is running the market. Such company is running the market. But if shares have been distributed in more or less equal manner, then none of the company is running the market. So it is very obvious that the company has to try to maximization or to maximize the share or percentage of its own company among the market. Then to evaluate taste and preferences of the customers. Definitely here the valuations of customers can't be ignored, can't be forgotten. They must be provided because customer is the kingpin. We have been gone through in one of the lectures and videos that customer is the kingpin nowadays. So whatsoever expectations, whatsoever thinking and requisitions of the customers are there, they must get fulfilled. Next, to anticipate the future sales volume. Means not only with the present sales, but how the company can make the increment in the future sales. How the possibility of the increment in the amount of sales for the future can be emphasized. It must be considered over here. Next, to minimize the cost of marketing. Definitely there are two ways of earning the profit for any company. First, maximization of revenue, that is through the way of sales, and second, minimization of the cost. Now how the cost must be minimized, but not at the cost of loss of customers. So reduction or minimization of cost concept can be implied not at the cost of, not at the forgotten point of from the viewpoint of customers. So the cost must be considered while making the marketing. That means unnecessarily marketing activities must be stopped. Next, to improve the quality of product. Definitely only and only marketing activity won't be increasing the continuous amount of sales. Once a while it may be possible that the sales have been increased, but on continuous manner it is never been possible. So along with these possibilities of marketing activities, the company has also been simultaneously be increasing the quality of the product, and then and only then the combination of both the activities will be emphasizes, will be in generation in the increment amount of sales. To assist in formulation of suitable price policy. Suitable price policy is such a price policy which does not generate a loss for the company and simultaneously which will be accepted by the customers and consumers as compared to competitors. So it is known as suitable price. Both the things will be taken into consideration: the company's cost and the purchasing power capacity and expectations of the customers along with the price of the competitors. Next, effectively face cutthroat competitive. Means facing cutthroat competition is also an important objective of marketing research. Means how to reduce the competitions. How to reduce the competitions means how to overcome the ideas of the company so the competitors can't be reach out to us. That must be the thinking idea. That must be the idea of the organization. So since any reaction of the competitor's firm can affect the demand of the firm, hence the firm should also take proper actions in response to the strategy of competitors. Means if the strategy of the competitors keep going change, we have to change the same thing. Then and only then we can side out or we can overcome our competitors. To make liaison with ultimate consumers. Consumer is a human being and his behavior is never static. No one can make the estimations of the behavior of customers or consumers. What the consumer is going to think in the future, no one can make the estimation over this. So consumers are neither so simple that they do not require to be studied, nor so complex that their study is not possible. Means it should not be, means the company should not be there in the confidential level that yes, we know the consumers and we all know, and etc etc. It should not be like that. And simultaneously, the study of the consumer is not that much level of complex, or likely it is not like impossible event. It is not like that. So marketing research helps the firm to be in touch with the customers through the way of by collecting the reviews, by providing the by asking the questions through the way of questionnaires and all that things. So by connecting the customers and consumers, it can be collected. Then to analyze the external environments in the eyes of government, in the eyes of laws, in the eyes of all that things. So external environment refers to the present government policies and regulations. An important objective of marketing research is to study the effect of, means how the external environment is going to affect our company, whether it is positively going to affect or negatively going to affect. So in accordance with that, the company's policy and strategy must be framed out. Next question, scope of marketing research. Now let us go with the scope of marketing research. First, research on product. Means as if like Apple company, the company has to make continuously research in product. FMCG companies, so it is expected that the company is going to make the continuous based research in the product. So product involves goods and services. This branch of marketing research covers all the issues related to firm's products. It studies and solves the product related problems such as, now how the research will be helpful to the company to solve the problems, or which categorized problems can be solved through the way of research, it is mentioned over here. Study of products quality and performance, study of physical and psychological characteristics of product, determining uses of the existing products, comparative study of comparative product, detecting consumers problem related to products, determining need for developing new products, assessing success of a new product in market including market testing, product life cycle and consumer adoption study, study of branding, packaging, labeling, after sale services and remarketing. So all that things will be considered as far as research on product is concerned. Next, research on market. First was on product, now on market. So this area of marketing research deals with market or consumers. It studies characteristics and compositions of the target markets. It covers both current as well as potential markets. So this concept includes defining and selecting target market, studying needs and wants of target market, study of size and location of current market, assessing the current market trends and projecting the future trends, analysis of territorial sales opportunities and potential, selling sales territories and sales quotas. Market share analysis means whether the company is going to increase the market share through the way of this policy, or the company is going to affect the adversely as far as market share is concerned by adopting any policy. Studies on relative profitability of different markets, likewise share, if the market share, whether the company is going to generate the positive impact as far as profitability is concerned, or whether the company is going to affect adversely as far as profitability of the company is concerned. And last but not least, estimating demand of a new product. So what level of demand can be generated through the way of if the company is going to launch the new product, it must be taken into consideration. Next, Research on sales methods and policies. This area of marketing research particularly concerns with study and analysis of the sales related activities. Various aspects covered under this head may be listed as below. Means now it is sales methods and policy. First was product, second was based on market, and now it is sales methods and policy. So, which concept will be taken covered? Study and analysis of sales records, means past records will be compared, and past records of sales will be made analyzed. Then analysis of sales territories in terms of product size of orders times, means in which area the company is going, in which area the company is getting more profit through the way of customers, through the way of orders. So it must be bifurcated. Study on activities and effectiveness of salesmen, means which person is going to have the positively more impactful manner as far as the sales is concerned. Evaluating existing selling methods, means which selling method the company is going utilizing, whether door to door, telephonic sales, or whatsoever media the company is going to utilize, it will be identified. So evaluating existing selling method will be compared. Salesforce management including size, compensation, training, control, etc. will be compared. Study on effect of various promotional tools such as advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, and publicity tools on sales. It will be taken into consideration. Study on organization structure of sales department will also be considered over here. Next, research on advertising. Now, how the company is going to make the advertising in better manner. How through the way of advertisement the customers can be attracted towards the company and towards the product, it will be thought for over here. So under this area at least following aspects are covered. Comparative study of various elements of promotion, study on advertising objectives, media and media selection, advertising message, theme, copy and advertising agency, social aspects of advertising, negative and positive effects of advertising on society at large, it will be also taken into consideration. Advertising role in different stages of product life cycle, it will be compared. Government restriction, whether the advertisement or whether the way of advertisement is allowed under the rules and regulations of government or not. Now only central government won't be taken into consideration here. The company, when at which location the company is going to make the advertisement, such local government must also be taken into consideration. Study on cost and contribution of advertising or evaluating advertising effectiveness will be taken into consideration. Study of competitors advertising, means how the competitors are making advertising, which media, which way, which channel the competitor company is utilizing for making the advertisement, it will also be taken into consideration. Next, research on pricing. Now which price is to be considered, whether the discount should be provided or not. So here that much thing will be taken into consideration. So price is an important element of marketing mix. In developing and underdeveloped countries, price plays a vital role. Suitable pricing policy and methods can contribute positively in attainment of marketing goals. So if the price is suitable for the customers, they will be attracted towards the purchasing of that product. Now what matters involved over here? Study on pricing objectives, study on effectiveness of pricing policy and strategies, study of various methods for setting price, quality versus value analysis, new product and pricing policies, study on effect of discount allowance, means as if I explained the additional benefits whatsoever the can be possibility as far as the companies are concerned. Pricing strategies on different stages of product life cycle. So this will be taken into consideration. Next, research on distribution. So in today's market, distribution has a unique role to determine success of product. Likewise, let us take the example of Amul. So Amul is manufacturing a huge quantity, a huge amount of quantity as far as milk and milk products are concerned. But the customers of Amul and its product are scattered. So the company has to generate such level of distribution facility so that they can be, or the customers of the companies can be satisfied. Now, this area includes assessing role of distribution decision in achieving marketing goals, comparative study of between direct and indirect distribution, physical distribution and ancillary services will be considered, study on various types of channels of distribution will be compared, study on relevant factors affecting channel decision or selection, comparing companies' distribution strategies with competitors, relevance of online marketing. Nowadays this trend is been increasing. Likewise the companies are making the marketing through the way of online. Legal issues related to distributions. So whatever legal issues are there, so these matters will be compared over here. Next, research on business environment and corporate responsibilities. Business environment means internal and external, both the environments will be considered. And corporate responsibilities means how the customers and how the employees are expected, or how the employees are expecting to from the business. So main aspects covered under this head include business analysis including demand, national income, per capita income, trade and industry, economic growth rate, fiscal monetary policies, and export import policies, short term and long term business forecasting, technological aspects, availability and quality of product resources, impact of legal provisions and acts, study on consumerism and the consumer rights, social and cultural values affecting business policy, and pollution and ecological imbalance and social responsibility of business. So these are the matter which will be involved as far as business environment and corporate responsibilities are covered. Next question, stages or procedure of marketing research. Now which are the stages involved as far as marketing research is concerned? First, identification and defining the problem means first of all the company has to identify and define the problem, where the company is facing the problem, why the company is facing the problem, which problem is faced by the company. Likewise whether the customer losing is the problem, whether the reduction in the sales is the problem, whether the reduction in the quality or the company's price is high. So first of all the company has to identify and define the problem. After that research part will be taken into consideration. So statement of research objective will be considered. Likewise, after identifying and defining the problem with or without exploratory research, the researcher must take a formal statement of research objectives. Such objectives may be stated in qualitative or quantitative terms and expressed as research questions. Statement or hypothesis will be considered. So, through the way of statement or hypothesis, the problem will be identified and detected. For example, the research objective to find out the extent to which sales promotion schemes affected the sales volume. So it can be the hypothesis. Likewise, hypothesis statement can be like that: through the way of sales promotion, the sales of the company will be increased or is increased. So such type of statement will be derived from the problem. After that, planning the research design. So which study will be considered? Likewise, after defining the research problem and deciding the objective, the research design must be developed. A research design is a matter plan or master plan specifying the procedure for collecting and analyzing the needed information, means required information, necessitated information. It represents a framework for the research plan of action. After designing the research planning the sample means collection of the population and sample will be compared. Likewise, sampling involves procedure that use a small number of units from the population. Population means entire collections or entire units or entire availability, and from that a portion will be selected and it is known as sample. Now the quantity of sample depends on the company's viewpoint. It is not compulsory that minimum this amount of quantity must be considered as a sample, then and only then it will be treated as sample, otherwise it won't be treated as sample. It is not like that. Even out of 1000 if you select one, then also it will be considered as sample. If 100, then also it will be considered as sample. If 999, then also it will be considered as sample. Data collection. The collection of data relates to the gathering, means whatever facts to be used in solving the problem, such data or such informations will be collected. Hence method of market research are essentially method of data collection. Data can be secondary, like or it can be primarily or secondarily. If secondary, through the way of means they might be have been collected through the way of different websites, annual reports, government reports, or records. And through the way, if the data is primary, then through the way of questionnaires or phone calls or direct communicating with the customers or research targeted person, the data will be collected. There can be broadly two types of sources, internal source and external source. If internal source we are talking about, then existing within the firm itself, such as accounting data, salesmen's reports, etc. And external resources outside the firm. It can be anyone, newspaper, internet, government data, anything. After the data processing and analyzing, once data have been collected, it will be bifurcated. The data will be bifurcated in the requisition form. Data processing begins with the editing of data and its coding. So likewise, if we are talking about the questionnaire, and in the questionnaire, if questions like name, area, gender, everything will be there, then the name will be collected, area will be bifurcated, gender male female will be bifurcated, age will be 0 means up to 10 years, 10 to 25, 25 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80 and above 80. So it will be bifurcated in accordance with the age group. So in that manner the data will be bifurcated. And then formulating, conclusion, preparing and presenting the report. Means after making the collection and bifurcation of the data, each data will be framed out in proper manner and proper report will be generated and it will be submitted. And it is to be considered as the final stage. It can be concluded as the conclusive stage of the research activity. Next, let us go with the advantages of marketing research. There are huge number of advantages as far as marketing research are there. So here I have tried to collaborate. Marketing research helps the management of a firm in planning by providing accurate and up-to-date information about the demands, their changing tastes, attitudes, preferences, buying, etc. It helps the manufacturer to adjust his production according to the conditions of demand. It helps to establish correlative relationship between the product, brand and consumers' needs and preferences. It helps the manufacturer to secure economies in the distribution of his products. It makes the marketing of goods efficient and economically by eliminating all types of wastage. It helps the manufacturer and dealers to find out the best way of approaching the potential. It helps the manufacturer to find out the defects in the existing product and take the required corrective steps to improve the product. It helps the manufacturer in finding out the effectiveness of the existing channels of distribution and in finding out the best way of distributing the goods. Means there are a huge number of benefits. It guides the manufacturer in planning his advertising and sales, means how the company should make the advertisement and how it can be managed. It is helpful in assessing the effectiveness, means how the advertising is becoming effective. It is helpful in evaluating the relative efficiency of the different advertising media. It means whatever media the company has utilized for making the marketing, whether whether such media is making proper imperative manner or not. It is helpful in evaluating selling methods. It reveals the causes of consumer resistance. It minimizes the risk of uncertainties and helps in taking sound decisions. Means concrete decision will be considered. It reveals the nature of demand for the firm's product, that is, it indicates whether the demand for the product is constant or seasonal. So, whether the demand of the product is constant or seasonal, and in accordance with that, the estimations can be made out. It is helpful in ascertaining the reputation of the firm and its products. It helps the firm in determining the range within which its products are to be offered to the customers. It will help the management to know how patents, licensing agreements, and other legal restrictions affect the manufacturers and sell the firm's product. It is helpful to the management in determining the actual prices and the prices ranges. It is helpful to the management in determining the discount rates. It is helpful to the management in ascertaining the price elasticity for its products. It helps the firm in knowing the marketing and pricing strategy of competitors also. It is also one of the most important to have the acknowledgement about the competitors strategy. It is helpful in knowing the general conditions prevailing the marks. It is helpful to the management in finding out the size of the market and for its products. It is helpful it helps the firm in knowing its market share, whether the company is increasing the market share or the market share of the company is decreasing. It will be acknowledged. It is quite helpful to a firm in launching a new product. So when the company is going to launch a new product, it will definitely have the impact or importance for any company. It helps the firm in knowing the transportation, storage, and supply requirements of its product. It helps the firm in exploring new user for its existing products and thereby increasing the demand for its products. It is helpful to a firm in making sales forecasts for its products and hereby establishing harmonious adjustment between demand and supply of its products. And lastly, but it is not the last one, there are also a number of things are associated over here. It helps the firm in exploring new markets for its products. So these are what is about the advantageous manner. Let us go with the limitations also. So it is not a panacea. So panacea means ultimate solution. So it is not the ultimate solution. So marketing research is not the ultimate solution to all marketing problems. Rather, it offers accurate information which can arrive at suitable decision to solve problem. Not an exact science. So there isn't having any type of exact science as far as marketing research is concerned. It is again based on assumptions. Not 100% accuracy will be maintained. Limitation of timeout means here time study will be considered. For that time span, the activity of the marketing research will be conclusive. If the time span is going to change, the conclusive manner will definitely be changed. Erroneous findings means the complicated problems may not be comprehensively studied and their impact properly analyzed by the researcher on account of insufficient funds. So there can be the problem of finance or all that things while making the research activity for any business, which may be disappointing the management. Not an exact tool of forecasting. So for on the base of marketing research, 100% forecasting can't be estimated. 100% surety can't be estimated. Inexperienced research staff. If the staff is having not amount of enough experience, then the quality research activity can't be comprehended. Narrow conception. Marketing research is a fact finding exercise. It is not the problem oriented. Means what is the situation, it will be identified, how to solve the problem and all that things and solutions won't be provided through the way of marketing. It involves high cost definitely for making the research activity, marketing research. It requires huge amount of finance. Limitations of tools and techniques. So the validity of marketing research is also limited by the limitations of tools and techniques involved. So if the company has utilized less amount of tools for making the analysis of research, then in such case the viability of that research will be limited towards that point. And last, it is passive, means its use and effectiveness largely depend upon the ability of executives to get the most value of it. Thank you, dear students. All the best.